This company makes money when people use less electricity and you can invest in it. Imagine an energy company that wants people to use less power. Sounds backward, right? But there's one company that's built its entire business model around that exact idea, and it's quietly becoming one of the most important players in the global energy transition. I'm talking about Schneider Electric, a company that makes money every time someone becomes more energy efficient. Let's start with a simple truth. The world runs on electricity. But as the demand for power keeps rising, driven by data centers, electric vehicles, and AI infrastructure, the strain on our grids is reaching historic levels. At the same time, governments and corporations are under pressure to cut carbon emissions. That means we don't just need more power, we need smarter power. This is where Schneider Electric steps in. Most people have never heard of them, but they're one of the global leaders in energy management and industrial automation. Their products and software help companies monitor, control, and reduce energy usage across everything from skyscrapers to manufacturing plants to entire cities. If that sounds abstract, think of it this way. When you turn off a light switch in your house, you save a tiny amount of electricity. Schneider Electric helps entire industries do that, automatically at scale, 24/7. So how exactly do they make money from people using less energy? Schneider builds a mix of hardware and software systems that manage how power flows through buildings and factories. They sell things like smart circuit breakers, digital sensors, and advanced automation software that optimize energy use in real time. Their flagship platform, EcoStruxure, allows companies to track every watt of electricity consumed and find ways to cut waste. For example, a hospital can use their systems to monitor its entire energy footprint: heating, ventilation, medical equipment, lighting, and automatically reduce consumption during off-peak hours without affecting performance. The result? Lower energy bills, lower emissions, and more predictable power usage. And every time a company installs or upgrades one of these systems, Schneider Electric gets paid. Now, here's what makes that model brilliant. Traditional energy companies make money when you consume more, but efficiency companies make money when you save more. And in today's world, where energy efficiency is becoming a global priority, that's an incredible position to be in. Governments are pouring billions into energy transition programs. The European Union has its Green Deal. The US has the Inflation Reduction Act, which gives tax incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Even developing countries are investing in smart grids and automation to prevent blackouts as demand skyrockets. Schneider Electric benefits from all of it, because every dollar spent on making energy cleaner or more efficient flows through the kinds of systems they design. What's wild is how long this company has been around. Schneider Electric was founded way back in the 1800s as a steel and armaments manufacturer in France. Over time, they evolved, moving into industrial automation, then electrical distribution, and eventually into digital energy management. Today, they operate in more than 100 countries, employ over 150,000 people, and serve clients in almost every major industry. They're the quiet giants behind the scenes, working with names like Amazon, Microsoft, and even Tesla to make sure energy is used smarter, not just faster. In fact, Schneider's technology helps run some of the world's largest data centers, the same ones powering AI, streaming, and cloud computing. While most people associate AI with big tech stocks like Nvidia or Microsoft, what they often forget is that AI uses massive amounts of energy. Data centers already consume around 2% of the world's electricity, and that number is expected to triple this decade. That's where Schneider comes in, helping those facilities reduce waste, improve cooling efficiency, and prevent downtime. Let's look at the numbers. Over the past 5 years, Schneider Electric's revenue has grown steadily, even during global downturns. Their profits have expanded thanks to strong margins in digital services and software. They've also made some smart acquisitions like Aveva, a UK-based software company that develops industrial automation platforms. That deal helped Schneider strengthen its position in the digital twin space, software that allows engineers to simulate and optimize entire operations before a single watt is wasted in the real world. Their market capitalization is now around 130 billion, putting them on par with giants like Siemens and Honeywell. And while most people think of them as an old industrial, the truth is that over half of their revenue now comes from digital and software-based services. That's a huge transformation, and it's what makes this story so interesting from an investing perspective. Let's be honest, most investors chase growth stories that are loud and exciting, like AI chips or EV startups. But Schneider is part of a quieter megatrend, the electrification and optimization of everything. The world is undergoing two parallel revolutions. We're electrifying more things than ever, and we're trying to use less power to do it. That tension creates a massive opportunity for companies that help manage and automate electricity flows efficiently. Think of it this way. AI is making our devices smarter. Schneider is making our power systems smarter. And as the number of connected devices explodes, from cars to refrigerators to entire factories, the need for smarter energy management will only grow. That's not a fad, that's infrastructure. Now, of course, every investment has risk. Schneider Electric isn't immune to global slowdowns. If construction and industrial spending decline, so can their sales. They're also heavily exposed to currency fluctuations since they operate worldwide. But what sets Schneider apart is its integration. They don't just sell hardware or software, they sell the entire ecosystem. From the circuit breaker in your building, to the cloud software that monitors it, to the analytics that predict when it'll fail. So, is this stock a buy? If you believe the world is heading towards smarter, more sustainable energy systems, absolutely, it deserves a place on your radar. Because while everyone's chasing the companies producing energy, the ones optimizing it are quietly building enormous long-term value. It's like the early days of the internet. The flashy websites got the attention, but the companies building the routers and cables, the infrastructure, built the lasting wealth. Schneider Electric sits in that same category for the next wave of the energy economy. They don't make electricity, they make electricity smarter. And in a world where efficiency is the new currency, that's one of the most valuable things you can sell. In conclusion, Schneider Electric isn't just an industrial company. It's a signal of where the energy world is heading. A future where efficiency, automation, and intelligence matter as much as generation and consumption. A future where the companies that help us save power might outperform the ones that sell it. So next time you think about investing in energy, ask yourself, who profits when we use less? Because those might just be the companies powering the next decade of growth. If you want to learn about more companies like this, firms that quietly benefit from the world's biggest transitions, I break down 3 more in my next video. You'll find it linked right here on screen or down below in the description. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious, invest smart, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious, invest smart, and I'll see you in the next one.